Oh, hi there, Libra. How are you? It's MJ from Ultra Love TV, just smiling at a runner who is running past my car right now. I know this is a peculiar situation. I've driven around the countryside basically to find good data because the Wi-Fi isn't strong enough right now to broadcast consistently, and it is my service to you guys to deliver these monthly readings. So thank you guys so much for your love and kindness, your support, your patience. Feel free to check out ultralove.com. That's where all my online products are and my services as well, which includes the tarot, which has just been such a fun journey for sure. And this is Libra for April 2020. Remember, you just take what resonates, you leave the rest. Like everything in your whole reality, you can choose. Get into your heart, love, vibrashe. Transform your life. Alright, Libra. What's going on with the Libras? April 2020. Okay, everything ends up okay. There's like a positive judgment in the end of all this. There's a real sense of balancing your energies this month, Libra. We have Two of Pentacles, which is specifically like balance, like you could say balancing your material world, balancing your budget, balancing your money, making sure there's enough. There's this Three of Swords, and there's a real root to this energy. I'm feeling a couple different kind of storylines with this. So, okay, so there could be something that throws you off balance a little bit and it makes you feel like you've lost your confidence. It makes you feel like it's connected to a heart wound, obviously. And there's this Queen of Wands reversed. Someone, possibly a female fire sign, in a role or position of power. So when the characters are reversed, I often think of, like, again, a kind of manipulation. Okay, now I think I'm back. So Libra, you guys can comment and let me know if the reading has, one, you can still hear me, and then also there's the proper connection, that you didn't miss any of the story. So I'm gonna come back. I'm still feeling like this is your reading, okay? So for some of you, there's someone, whenever, especially the nobility, the kings and the queens, when they're in the reverse, I often think of an abuse of power, somebody in a position of power. It's triggering a heart wound, which can feel like unworthiness, not believing in yourself, a knock of confidence. And the part of the balancing act is temperance reverse. So it's falling off or losing track of our self-love and our self-care. I mean, God, this could just be a day, right? Like this could be just a fleeting moment where we overwork ourselves, or we overgive, or we da 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 da, and then another situation in our life reveals itself in a way that feels like it trips us up. So it triggers this heart wounding, an activation, somebody taking something away from you, or making you believe this, and then this happens, and you're like, why did that happen? Why did that go down? And again, this is this overarching theme or sense of, how do we maintain our balance? You know, we maintain our balance by self-awareness, by temperance, by, holla, hey Jacqueline, how are you? By honoring the self, you know, which is such a funny old thing, especially in the empath community, because so much of our early wounding was navigating. Part of the protective veil is the people pleasing of making people feel good because that feels good for the empath, right? But what we're uncovering is like a deeper wound in the collective, which has to do with the subtlety of kind of pleasing people's egos, or or pleasing people in situations of power because that feels good to us, but then it loops around because actually on a base tone frequency they're not maybe vibrating in the heart center like you are. So maintaining your balance comes to temperance, which is the self, which is taking full ownership and care for self. And this is what can really help to basically get a positive judgment out of a devil situation. So there's this sort of underlying wounding that's hooking in, energy of people just not fully in their power, which then can sometimes feel like a stab in the heart because they do things that feel awful and make us feel bad about ourselves. But the point is this is a learning to keep in balance on every level of your being, which requires the temperance. And just know that, because I feel this is like an emotional storm or some kind of profound healing that might occur during April, and that someone that you maybe trusted or someone that has authority in some context of your life might do something that triggers a profound heart healing. But ultimately, on the higher road, this is a positive judgment, which means this is a divine healing that is taking you to a new foundation in life, right? So there's a strength card. So it's like, dig in for this oncoming energy if this is resonating with you on any level, because you are reaching in now for April. We've got such a kind of sense of spring and new beginning, right, in the northern hemisphere. So ride the energies and trust that any big stuff that comes through, any healing that happens, just in the back of your mind, know this too shall pass, and that this is really about transforming, like these two, right? Huge energies. It's basically like these two paths, right? So allow it to heal, transform, trust that the positive judgment is there for you and you're in your divinity, so that you can establish these new foundations, which is ultimately a happy life. This is what we all want, right? And yet what we're understanding is that for a lot of us, there's a lot of healing in our heart space to be able to be open to these more gracious, whole, strong pillars and foundations, anchored in our divinity, not this, again, 3D kind of weird construct, which is where a lot of we're bumping up against those edges, those control edges, which makes sense on that metaphysical level, that a lot of us are coming up against energies of control that aren't what they say they are, or aren't what they look like. But if we're constantly feeling pushed down, or we're constantly feeling let down, or we're constantly ending up with situations that are making our heart hurt, feeling like we're not good enough, those people we can't stick around, or they just won't stick around. But trust, it's a release. It is a release of a codependent situation. It's a positive judgment in your favor to come into temperance and self-love. Prioritize your balance, because you can't, none of us can share what we don't have. So if we're out of balance, if we're not fully loving ourselves, then other people can come along and do and kind of hook in or put a veil. And that, again, it's co-creative, right? So at this time, especially with the collective energies, isolation and quarantine and lockdown, take it to heal. Take it to just be like, who am I? What do I deserve? What do I desire? Da, da, da. And straight up legit, in an encounter, if the energies, if the intuition highlights, if something's off, it's off. Walk away. Let us not be fooled by those old deceptive energies. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. Trust your judgment. Know those energies that hurt, those energies that suck, those energies that, know the difference. And you can't do that when none of us can. We can't do that when we're off balance. So make sure you're honoring the temperance. Make sure you're honoring self-love and those practices. And if you catch, or if you suss out, or intuitively whatevs, people that be messing, just come back to yourself. Meditating in alone, that's what I've been doing, meditating in alone time. And that's, I think, exactly what, so many in this community, that is exactly what we need to be doing, is I meditated loads yesterday as well, like meditate Like, don't get swept up in any of that kind of chaotic, frenetic energy. Because again, even people in power, this is a time where even those people in power, they won't know necessarily what to do. They won't know. They won't have the answers for you. And if it makes you feel shits, then just focus on yourself. What else? You know, this is so much to me, the reflective energy. Stop. Stop messing about. Stop being busy. Just meditate in your own space. Get really clear. And then to the best of our ability, align ourselves with the highest timelines. The stable foundation. This is a honeymoon card. This is like pure hot love bliss vibration with stability. Like holla. This is what we want. This is anchoring paradigm shift energies. This is putting these pillars of, no, this is the life that I'm asking for. None of this. None of this. This, I'm gonna temperance myself through it to the positive judgment. Right. I know about that. Right? And this is just what's happening, bombarding the broader collective in the here now, is just more and more people awakening to that. So we're best off holding space, but really just getting real clear and focused on what we are being guided to create on those highest timelines, which is a beautiful vision for the whole. So yeah, let's keep going on that. Libra, I love you. Jacqueline, thank you for being here. And again, you guys, if you're digging on it, please subscribe, comment, let me know how it resonates, and just keep choosing love. You know, we're doing great work here. We're going to be just fine. Love you loads. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you for your May monthly readings, if not sooner. Peace out. Lots of love.